I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where we break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're doing Manchester City against Chelsea, and we're watching schoolboy defending at its very, very worst. It's just awful. Be better, people, be better. You play professional football, you should be this awful. I'm going to show you some terrible things, starting up with Man City. Now, actually, it's interesting for Man City because they have been awful this season, and they seem to, like, when they go up like 1 or 2 goals, they seem to just fall apart. So it's interesting that they did have to come back, and I think they're better off in a scenario of not scoring the first goal and being behind and having to come, from behind, instead of actually having a lead and trying to defend it, because they haven't been very good at that all season. So when this ball's coming down here and it's dropping, it's just head the ball. Both players get underneath it, completely make a mess of it. Now, as bad as Kyle Walker is, and he's off going to play in wherever it is, where his wife can't see him cheating on her. I think it's AC Milan he's off to. There is the one thing you lose when you lose Kyle Walker, and he's not great at football. He's just got blistering pace, but he also brings leadership to the field. And when you don't have leadership in the back four, you get plays like this happening. Okay, and leadership comes in many different forms. Experience and just wise heads around you make you play better. When you don't have that, you just make silly mistakes and errors. And this is just a silly mistake and an error. You've got 2 Man City players that can deal with this ball simply, right? Here we go. He's run there to deal with it. Deal with it. Just deal with it. Why have you come over to your teammate? Just deal with the ball. Just deal with it. You can see that you know there's no one over here. You can take the ball, go and do anything you want. But what you don't do is this. For some reason, you think this is a good idea. We're going to head it back to the goalkeeper. Like, what? You got 2 players. Neither of them take real leadership and ownership of the situation. And for some reason, you think trying to head the ball back to the goalkeeper is just like, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? You just hung me out to dry. And there they are, Chelsea, ready to capitalise on such a poor defensive mistake from 2 players, really. Well, not only that, they didn't even head of the first ball, couldn't even judge the flight and the just from a simple up and under, straight over, couldn't even head the ball away to start with. But then we just knock it across and just tap it in the goal. 1-0. Shocking. Be better. Let's get on to the next goal. Before we do that, I do want to cover this miss here from Jackson, because it's not really a miss. The pass is just got a little bit too much pace on it, and he can't really take it on his left foot in his stride. He's just not quite quick enough because the pace of the ball is just a little bit too much. So as it comes across, it's really strange. Like, I do think he's changed his run a little bit too as well to get over here instead of having trust just to tap it in with his left foot. But he should, I don't know. It's a simple chance that just goes begging. Even just slide in with the outside of your right foot if you can't, and just get yourself a goal. Doesn't. Poor. You can't make these mistakes. You should have been 2-0 up, and the game should have been done and buried then, but it wasn't. This is the difference of a quality striker. I'm going to show you a little bit when Phil Foden scores his last goal, the difference between a proper striker and a midfielder, and the difference in attitude and the way that they move forward with the ball. But that's not a striker. All right, this is absolutely awful from Chelsea. There's so many things wrong. And I'm going to, they were caught like this with a high line all day long, by the way. I don't know what you're doing. He's completely unmarked. There's a gap there. You can see he's running through it. You've stepped forward. You create a massive, Chalobah creates a massive problem. There is no pressure on the ball. You cannot have a high line like this without any pressure on the ball, because they can just play it over the top and run in and score on you all day long. And that's what they do. That's what they did. Tried to do about 4 other times, and they just weren't successful. You cannot do that. And I don't know why you're giving them the centre of the park. Look, you cannot be there, because you're giving them that area there is free, because there's no one there to cover it. It's terrible. So when this ball's gone here, watch. Do you see how he's kind of stepped inside here trying to play this guy offside? Well, he can't, because he's off. He's keeping him on there. So between the goalkeeper, you've got 2 Man City players that are onside in the middle of the field, because your right back's playing them on. I think your left back's playing them on as well, because your 2 middle players. Oh, sorry, it's not your left. I don't know. Someone's playing them on here. I can't see it because my camera thingy's in the way. But you can't do that. You can't push forward up like this high with no pressure on the ball, because they're just going to play it in behind. And now you're in all sorts. Yeah, there is a player playing one down here as well. It's just too easy. Just one simple control on the chest, foot race, trying to get back to defend, but he's got no chance because he's not a goal side. Keeper really can't. Well, he does come out trying to do something right, but There's no one there for the follow-up, really, from Chelsea to deal with the second ball here because, well, their line's too high. They're not fast enough to get back to recover. You can't be playing like this suicidal football. Drops it, knocks it, simple goal. Route 1, straight through the top, over the top, easy. They do it again. Let's watch it. Actually, before we do, I'm going to show you from this other angle. You can see, look, keeper, player. Oh, that's just a nightmare. Ball's going straight to there for them to run onto because you are playing them all onside. And you can't really be playing that such a high line. Look at where they are. And there's no pressure on the ball. You just can't. This is suicide football. Good old-fashioned Man City Route 1 football, because that's what they're known for. They're not known for passing the ball around for half an hour before they finally get a shot. No, just smack it up to Haaland and we'll let him go and score. That's exactly what they should have been doing years ago. But there we go. Ball goes up to Haaland. He's holding off the defender. Just knocks it. Like, just think about this for a second. You're playing against Erling Haaland, right? And he's a bit good at the old football. He's a bit big. And you've got one defender on him, on his own, 1v1 marking him. And you know you're not... perfect, brilliant defenders. It's not like you're a Saliba or you're a Van Dijk, and you know that you're going to be able to cope with his physicality and deal with him up there. You're just like, nah, mate, you'll be all right. You'll be fine on your own with Haaland. He's like, no, I need some help. They've all pushed forward, left him on his own. Simple ball from the keeper, and Haaland's off to the races. This to me is hilarious, though. For some reason, the keeper's decided to come out and just do crazy keeper things. There's no sense to me why he comes out and he's trying to win this football. There's no reason for him to be out there. Just nothing. He's come running out to do something that he shouldn't be doing, and now he's going to get punished for it. I do like the way that the keeper stands there. It's like, yeah, I'm going to save it from here. Instead of running backwards, getting back to the goal as fast as he can, it's like, no, I'm going to stand here, mate. Don't worry. Haaland just shifts it onto his foot, dosh, and then just puts it into net box. It's too easy. I mean, they're not even trying to score that goal. Chelsea are like, here you go, have it. And then after the 1v1 defending, the keeper's like, no, don't worry, I'll make a worse mistake. So no one comments about your 1v1 defending with Haaland. They're all going to be yelling at me for my terrible mistake, not your terrible mistake. Don't worry, I've got your back, defenders. Don't worry. I do like he's punching the ground and having a tantrum. He's like, oh, damn it, I'm stupid. Yes, we can all see, everyone can in 4K. Muppet. Again. Route 1, straight up, flick onto Haaland, 1v1 again. Have a guess what the outcome's going to be. You already know. If you had to go right, chances are 1v1 with Haaland, he's going to maintain and keep the ball and hold it up against one defender. You're going to, yeah. Now, it doesn't matter who the defender is, but yeah, you're expecting him to do that. Now, look again how high the Chelsea players are, how isolated. They're leaving him back here. When the ball bounces and he's got it here, boom. No one is watching the runners. They're trying to go and close the ball, but they're not actually trying to win the football. They're just stood trying to block the pass. If you don't know about that, go watch my coaching video from last Monday and you'll see the difference of he's not actually trying to win the ball. He's trying to win the pass. Difference. No one is going with the runner. He just gets to run straight down the middle of the field, just like all the other goals, and off he goes. Now, I'm going to try to play you this as much as I can because obvious reasons I can't just let the clip play. So I have to talk. And if I'm over talking for a second, there's a reason. OK, but I want you to watch Phil Foden run down. And if you don't watch it here, just go watch it on the on the main highlights. All right. And watch his head movement, because there's a difference between a midfield player and a striker. If this is a striker, he's just running in and smashing the ball in the goal. This is a midfield player. He's doing this. Let's see if I can show you. He is looking for a pass the whole time he's running with the ball. So he starts looking. He's just done it a minute ago as well with the little bit I just missed here. He's looking for a pass. He's not looking to run on his own. Do you see the little head movement there? There's one that side, one that side. See, he looked left and he looked right. Again, looking to see what's going on. Strikers don't give a monkeys about what's around them. I'm telling you, that there's a difference in attitude. The attitude is, I'm going to go run and smash the ball in the goal. They're oblivious to defenders being there or goalkeepers coming to close them down. They're just, I'm off, doing my thing. That's the difference of a midfielder who's looking to pass the ball and keep the game going instead of being a ruthless striker and running and smashing the ball in the goal. And if you're looking at the difference of, say, like that Nicholas Jackson and that chance that he's missed because he's not a ruthless striker trying to use any part of his body to get it in the goal, that's the difference, okay? If you want to see it, and there's very few. There's lots of players like it. And they're annoying as well, is because when the simple pass is on for somebody else to score, they don't do it because they're so single-minded and just smashing the ball at the goal, taking a shot when they should pass on it. But you know what? They're the ones that score all the goals. You need those in your team. Oh, I'm frustrated. I fast forward it and you have another little look. But now he gets close to the 18-yard box and he just finishes it. He's got the ability to do that all day long. He just didn't seem to trust himself. He was not trust himself. That's wrong. It's just that sort of player does. They look for the pass, look for the pass, look for the pass, which is fine. Gets himself a goal. City start climbing up the table. Maybe they'll make Champions League this year because they might be getting knocked out. So other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.